is someone else out there with the exact same goal as you that is working harder than you right now. And you know why? Because they have more self-respect. They know if they just put in the work now, regardless of how they feel, they're doing a favor for their future self. And while you're just laying around paying more attention to how you feel in the moment, they're out there hustling and creating a whole life for themselves. You are responsible for making that vision in your head a reality. No one is out here trying to make life easier for you. It is actually up to the amount of self-love you have that's going to show how much you are willing to show up for yourself. Just remember that you betray yourself every single time you decide to neglect taking a step towards fulfilling your full potential. The path of laziness only has one outcome, and that's regret. Your younger self is counting on you, and your future self is talking shit about you. That's right, your future self is currently talking shit about you and judging you, saying, oh my god, I never used to work hard, oh my god, I never knew what I was doing. It is your job to prove them wrong today. And lastly, failure is just not even trying in the first place. Trying things and them not succeeding is inevitable. It happens to literally everyone. It's happened to the richest people on this planet. That is just a part of the journey. Not trying in the first place is the worst thing you can do for yourself.
If I wanted to be rich in my 20s or 30s, which I am, I'm a 24-year-old millionaire, here are the only 3 things that I would be focusing on. Number 1, no saving. This is the biggest trap that people get into, especially from lower to middle class, even upper middle class. And it's just a rule for average people, like the people that get a 9-to-5, they go to college, they follow the path that everyone else follows. They make anything from like $70K to $100K a year and tell you to save money. That is not going to get you to $1 million in your 20s. An $8 coffee from Starbucks is not what is making you broke. You simply just don't have enough money coming in. If you did, you can have as many $8, $12, $15 coffees as you want. So stop focusing on being frugal and budgeting and 40, 30, 20, whatever. You need to figure out how to make more money. Which brings me to my second thing. When you're looking for ways that you want to make more money, you need to know for sure what kind of lifestyle you want. Then make sure the way that you choose to make money aligns with the lifestyle you envision for yourself. For me, I just wanted max freedom. Work where I want, when I want, and have enough money to do whatever I want. I wanted to travel at least once a month and also have time to be social, meet new people, be with my friends. So for me, that crossed out anything dealing with physical products or like opening up a store or something. Because basically, I didn't want to build an empire. I don't want to be a king right now. I want to make a bunch of money and then F off and do what I want, like a prince. So I chose remote sales. You choose whatever works for you. But when you figure out the exact skill or business model that you're going to get into, the third thing you're going to want to do is invest. And not a 401k or a Roth IRA. Invest in credible sources, courses, mentorships, programs from people that know what they're talking about, have the lifestyle that you want to have, so you can learn from them on how to do it yourself. That will be the best money you spend. For example, last month I made like 90K, and that's working about 25 hours a week. The last month you could say my time is worth like $900 an hour. So all the time that I spent wasted trying to figure things out by myself before I finally went and got real training to do remote sales, I missed out on a lot of money, probably over $1 million. Forget about the money itself. Think about the experiences you want to have with people once you're successful and have money. Those people might not be around 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now. I know it from personal experience. My first month that I made 5 figures, I took a vacation to Hawaii. Came back after like 2 weeks and my grandfather passed away. It sucked. So basically, you're either going to pay with your money or you're going to pay with your time, which is why it's a lot smarter to pay someone else to get the result you want a lot faster. Because going and looking at a bunch of fragmented information from different sources on the internet, it wastes so much time and you're literally just hoping something works out. If you do these 3 steps and you do them for at least a year, meaning you follow that program, you listen to that mentor, do what they tell you to do, then you will be successful. And you will be making over 6 figures on your terms in under a year. Probably in under 6 months, to be honest. These were the main steps I followed, and you can see where I'm at now. If you're interested in getting into remote sales, you want your questions answered, you want everything in one spot, I have a free sales training and community in my bio. It's all free, no catch. If you want to quit your job, replace your income, be at home with your kids, have more time with your family, whatever, it is literally all in your hands. go do the work.
So you want to find your confidence. Well, my very super easy tip today is this: smile. And I know this makes me sound a little bit like a white van man who comes up to you and says, smile while you're feeling miserable. I'm trying not to do that. This is not toxic positivity. This does not mean that you have to be happy all of the time. But if you are walking into a room and you want to appear confident, smile at people. Smile at people with a big grin. Doesn't matter what your teeth look like. Okay, I know we do that whole thing of like, I just keep my mouth, just smile. Big, genuine grin. Find joy in that space and you will absolutely appear more confident than you possibly even feel inside. Give it a try. Let me know how you get on. Go and smile like a Cheshire cat around the place. And if you want more tips on confidence and self-belief, make sure to follow me on here. My name is Holly Matthews. I'm a self-development coach. I'm the founder of the Happy Me Project. Peace.
If you're someone who's really interested in the concept of how to live a happy life, not just in little spurts and moments, but like actually live a happy life, constant happiness, then you need to read this book. And let me just tell you this right now, because this book, I have never read a book so fast in full. Like I literally have a bookmark in here and there's like 5 pages left. It's so good. I read this in like a couple of weeks. The Courage to Be Disliked. It's such an interesting concept too, because it's basically a dialogue between a philosopher and his student. And it's just like this interesting dialogue, because as I'm reading this book, I'm thinking like, wow, I've definitely thought like on both sides of these people, like the perspective. My life has changed already since reading this. I just look at things differently. Like your relationships, your friendships, it's basically about this idea that everything, all of your problems stem from your relationships. Like whether that's a relationship to self, to your family, to other people, to your past traumas. It's literally about how to actually have a happy life despite all of those problems. I love to read books, but this one is honestly like hands down the best book I've read my entire life so far.
Do you want to know what your problem is? Your problem is that you haven't decided. Your problem is that you don't have a clear vision because you haven't decided. You are unconsciously obeying a narrative and you haven't decided. You lie to yourself. You live in law of attraction land, hoping that your wishes will transcend you to your greatest achievements without stepping one foot in front of the other. Stagnant. You haven't decided because you're not willing to question the oh so comfortable story that was handed down to you about what reality is. You haven't decided because you're not willing to question all of your beliefs about what success is, what is realistic, what makes my soul happy. Your problem is that you haven't decided. Think about that.
Hey, it's me, it's Ty. Welcome to my series, Developing Discipline. When I turned 30, I had a rude awakening. I was undisciplined. I realized I didn't have any systems in place to support me becoming the better version of myself. I never lacked motivation, but I always lacked discipline. It was never about doing the thing. It was about waking up and doing the same thing again. For some reason, that's always been something that I struggled with. When I was first introduced to discipline as a child, it was often looked at as a means of punishment. But as a 30-year-old woman, I am now redefining what discipline means to me. It's about setting up systems that help you live your life. I don't have it all figured out, but I'm taking it day by day.
I tell a lot of people this, so I'm gonna tell you too. The secret to being consistently disciplined is doing it when you don't feel like it. Like, you have to stop setting goals and then making excuses as to why you're not doing what's necessary to achieve them. Like, you're literally on your own way. You're not going to feel like getting up and doing what you need to do all the time. And if you keep waiting till it feels right, you're going to be waiting forever. I set a goal for myself that I'm going to work out 4 times a week. Yesterday, I did not want to get out of bed. I was on TikTok and I was having a great time. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to give it another hour. And I actually gave it another hour, wasting my time doing nothing. And then I still didn't feel like doing it after an hour. And I got up out of my bed and I said, Christine, I don't care if you feel like doing it. We're going to put on this workout and we're going to start working out. Sometimes you need to have those conversations with yourself. The reason why you're not being disciplined is because you haven't had that conversation with yourself. You're not tired of your own mess. You need to turn to yourself and say, I don't care whether you feel like it or not. We set this goal. We're going to achieve this goal. And my feelings will just have to catch up later. Your feelings are important, but they should not be in the driver's seat. You should. So stop waiting for it to feel right and just start moving, and your feelings will catch up.
You need to voluntarily love to do hard things. When you can take a cold shower, wake up at 6 a.m., work out first thing in the morning, go to that big event, push yourself outside of your comfort zone and talk to those new people, you can do anything. Because the thing is, you're not addicted to your phone, you're addicted to the comfort. The more pain that you get used to enduring, the more strength you're gonna have, the more discipline you're gonna have. The more ease and comfort you chase, the weaker you become. And the easier it is to fall addicted to a device. Discipline is immersing yourself in what you hate and acting like you love it. And when you master that habit, everything is in your control again. So shift your focus from your phone, take a step back and evaluate your entire lifestyle and how you live, how you approach every single task you need to do every single day. Lazy people are lazy because they're addicted to comfort. Whereas discipline is the addiction and the obsession with discomfort. Discipline is all to do with your brain, and your brain is addicted to comfort because it's constantly in survival mode. Your brain is constantly running on the process of scanning things for danger in your environment. So if anything gives you anxiety, if anything seems difficult or is worrying you, it's going to give you all these difficult emotions, which is going to prevent you from going out to do that task. As a result, you no longer step out of your comfort zone to do things that are unfamiliar or uneasy. So really, it's as easy as ignoring what your brain is saying to you because you understand that it can't help but feel terrified at the thought that this is an unfamiliar venture that we have never done before. You push past that feeling and you try it anyway. And even though it's going to be really hard and you're not going to enjoy it and it's not going to be easy, once you've done it, your brain now has that little bit more of tolerance. That means the next time you have to do something that's outside of your comfort zone, your brain is a little bit more on your side. You go out and you do it anyway.
Unpopular opinion, where you live in your 20s matters, and it matters a lot. Especially if you're a girl, you gotta go. We don't have a lot of time. You gotta make the most out of your 20s. Like, come on, let's go. There's no time, we're wasting it. The amount of connections, the amount of perspective, opportunities, like, I could go on and on about it, but you just have to experience it yourself. Also, if you guys know the book, Atomic Habits, one of the main points is that you create new habits depending on your surroundings. And you can literally change your habits and become a whole new person through your habits by changing your surroundings and moving to a different place. So if you're feeling stuck, if you don't really like who you are, if it's hard to change, go to a new area, reinvent yourself, get new friends, get a new job, like become a new person, because life is so short. And this time, especially now while we're young, is so precious. Like, I know it's scary, but just trust me, go. Cause like, dude, so pretty. Just move away. Like, whatever you do, just don't stay in your hometown. Like, do not be that guy or girl. Go out, experience the world. Like, you might live in the best hometown ever. You still don't know what it's like to live in other places. Also, it's like the curiosity with that. You don't even want to know, like, what's out there.
Romanticize your life. But how? Literally, but how? Okay. And it's actually way easier than you think it is. Focus on your senses. Your 5 senses, your touch, your taste, your smell, the feeling that you get, what you hear, music, food, soft clothing. Focusing on your senses puts you right into the present moment. And when you are in the present moment, what happens is you begin to notice all the simple things in life. And you begin to see the magic in the mundane, and then you realize, holy shit, life is fucking beautiful. And when you're all up here in your head, not in your body, not in your senses, when you're all in your mind, we forget how fucking beautiful the little things in life are. So today, take a second to pause and literally feel what is going on around you. And in that, you will really begin to romanticize your life, and it's that easy.
You will meet other people. You will fall in love again. You will attract a new job opportunity again. You will create a business again. You will do it again, because that is life. Sometimes things are not for us because we're meant for something else and meant for something bigger. You need to accept it. I was thinking this small, meanwhile a plan for me was this big. So stop thinking that you're smarter than life. You're not. Sometimes life works itself out, and yes, heartbreak is meant to happen. How will you ever learn if you never experience heartbreak, if you never experience sadness, if you never feel at something? How do you learn? We need really big hurt in order to open our eyes and to see things clearly. The reason why you never fit in is because you were meant to stand out. You were not like them. I could not resonate with them because I was not like them. I was different. Stop doubting yourself. The best things in your life
have not even happened yet. The best people that you were meant to meet, you haven't even met yet. That just because things are not going your way, that this is gonna be like this for the rest of your life, it's not true.
This was another thing that I did when I was breaking out of this really deep depression in my life. And I don't know if anyone's heard of the lucky girl syndrome.
Lucky girl fucking syndrome.
But
Hell
lucky
yeah.
girl syndrome, I have it still to this day. It's been about a year now, where it's my wallpaper and it says, I am so lucky. Everything I want comes to me with ease and miracles happen to me daily.
Say that 10 times a day.
Every time something bad would happen, every time something good would happen, whatever it was, I would sometimes be crying and be screaming, I am the luckiest girl in the world. Miracles happen to
She's
me
like
daily.
in the deepest depression
I
ever.
am,
Like,
and I'm crying,
yeah.
but you know what? After saying it a few times, it's weird. You start to feel better.
Oh, for sure.
And then I swear on God, things would just flood into my life. Like I manifested, like it's like I opened the door for all these miracles.
Everything falls into place.
A new job offer, a new relationship, something good would happen. It was the craziest thing ever.